Welcome back to yet another episode of Door Kickers 2, where we've been using authentic and realistic military tactics and infantry doctrine to play this CQB game called Door Kickers 2 Task Force North. I'm Controlled Pairs, and we've been doing this for a long time. If you enjoy what you see in this video, I highly recommend you go back and take a look at the rest of the catalog. We've done some really awesome stuff over the last year, and I'm here today to cover the latest update to Door Kickers 2, which adds an enhanced procedural generation system to the random mission generator. There's a couple new features here I want to walk you guys through. First, you can now play different methods or different modes within the mission generator. You can choose hostage rescue, you can choose clear hostiles, you can choose abduction. There's some updates there, and you can also choose different size structures. This whole little interface here, this is all new to the game. They've also added one additional level to the regular campaign. Looks pretty interesting, but I think that this news here, the mission generator, is actually of more importance and of bigger news to us. And hey, by the way, guys, before we dive into this anymore, I want to tell you guys something really exciting. I just spent the weekend hanging out with my buddies Blue Drake 42 and Karma Cut, a bunch of other folks that you guys recognize from the channel, like Minnow and Gunbird and Grover and G-Man and Hypoxia, that whole crew. And we spent all weekend just training together. Bang, 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 bang. Slide locks to the rear, comes to the face, hand goes down simultaneously. Activate the mag release, it falls free. Guns pointed towards the ammunition source. I index the magazine, trace it all the way into the mag well, use the heel of my palm to seat it. I hear that click, represent, rebuild my grip, present to the target, activate the slide release, and begin engaging. Okay? Got a lot of hands-on, a lot of cool equipment, and I've got a sneak peek of all of that over on my Instagram. The link to that is down in the description below. I'd invite you guys to come hang out. More information, some vlogs and some training videos, little mini documentary style stuff is going to be coming out over the next few weeks. I'm really excited to start expanding my content into the real world and sharing a little bit more about myself with you guys. So make sure you're tuned in on Instagram, subscribe to the channel to get those updates as we begin to sprinkle out content. Now back to this one. So the mission generator allows you to choose missions from an unknown number of operators up to 8+. I want to show you a couple things first. So let's go ahead and choose hostage rescue. It's a pretty exciting game mode, and we're going to go with a moderate to high level of opposition strength. And I want to show you what it looks like if I choose 2 to 4 dudes on a random seed. Mission generates, actually says it could take a little while. It doesn't actually take too long at all. And here you go. You see the mission has been generated. This is kind of a frustration that I have right now with the way that this mission generator works. So these structures do look better than they used to in previous iterations of the mission generator. It was completely nonsensical, and you got rooms stuck together, and it was clearable, but it did make a ton of sense. This is starting to get there. So you can see like a purpose-built bathroom, a purpose-built living area with places to sit in ways that are configured, reasonably well and kind of convincing to a point. You got some storage area, but then there's like this. Like, what is this hallway here? I'm not even sure. And then there's like the actual bedroom. Interestingly, we can actually see a weapon on the table, so that's kind of like a new addition to some of these randomly generated maps, I think. But the biggest thing I've noticed with these small levels, if you're just going like 2 to 4 operators, is that they're always linear. You see this? It's like a tube. Let me demonstrate this real quick. Let's go back. Let's generate another one. Same parameters, new seed, and see what it does. This one, less linear, but still has that same general kind of like, you're starting inside a structure rather than external to a compound. There's no reason that a small team couldn't still start outside and choose, their method of ingress and egress. But I think there's just something in the code right now that kind of tends to generate like this very linear in nature, very compact, very indoor, not compound-centric style of mission. Let's go ahead and generate one more and take a look at that as well. And I think you guys are likely going to see the same thing. Again, 2 to 4 dudes, moderate to high, hostage rescue. Let's go. Again, see, you get that kind of like, linear sort of clearance that this is forcing me into. So for that reason, I think the 2 to 4 operator mission generator, I don't think it's broken. I just think it needs more tweaking, and it's not bad. Like, you can still do that and have a ton of fun. It's just not as compelling as I would want it to be. Speaking of compelling, there's also now, if you come into some of these original missions, allegedly, yes, here it is, you now get briefings in some of these early missions. So pretty cool that you now have a little bit of intelligence going in. You've got some purpose behind your assault, and as that continues to add atmospherics to the game, it's going to be even more compelling to play through it. And I look forward to doing a complete replay once the game goes into full launch. Let's go back to the mission generator, which you might have noticed is now on the level select screen rather than on the main page. And this time we're going to keep that same kind of ratio of bad guys, but I'm going to go from 2 to 4 up to 4 to 7 assaulters. So I'm going to choose hostage rescue, and I think you're going to see right away that this is a little bit different. Sure enough, as soon as you upgrade to 4 to 7, you find yourself assaulting a compound rather than starting in a linear structure. And I like this a lot. This is what an assault looks like in my mind. Sure, there's sometimes you got to work from inside an apartment complex or inside of a structure, but I prefer having the ability to set isolation and containment and assault a structure in a doctrinally sound way, and to allow myself to kind of make some decisions about where I want to put my battle positions and where I want to enter and clear, whether I want to launch through a window or knock down some curtains and pie from external, or if I want to work my way around the back of the compound and assault it traditionally. I'm going to go ahead and generate a couple more of these so we can kind of see how it does. Again, same kind of thing. Structure is more compound in nature. You're, coming to the X and a Max Pro with this fire team of 4 dudes. This one, it is definitely compound. You're starting external, but you still kind of get that linear shape. Again, randomly generated, right? So it's impressive that the AI can even do this, and it'd be silly to whine about it. But it's just an observation that every once in a while you still get this kind of like very linear style of clearance. Not to say that there's no such thing as linear structures. Maybe I'm just whining and I should just shut up. Yeah, it is what it is. This one, see if we get a good one, and let's go ahead and take it down if we get the opportunity to. Ooh, it's a beast. We only have 4 dudes. We have a large compound. Let's go ahead and clear this one and see how they did. We always start by performing intelligence preparation of the battlefield. That's a little bit more difficult to do if it's a randomly generated map, because this is not purpose designed to provide us with context for us to plan against. But just kind of casually looking around, I don't really think I see any weapons. Yeah, there's one there. What is that? It's an AK pattern. Can't tell really much more than that what it is. So what else we got? That's interesting. These 2 rooms are identical. Yeah, so I see 1 weapon. I think that perhaps our hostage might be in here. I see the weapon, and I'm going to prioritize that for my assault. To do it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 operators. I'm going to go ahead and clear the deck. I'm going to come back in with an assault element of 4 rangers. I'm going to bring a grenadier as well, and 1 support gunner. I'm going to leave the grenadier and the support gunner external, at least initially. Might end up bringing them back in later, but for now I'm going to try to work the assault with 4 and leave 2 external. Now who do we got over here? We got Drummer, Philly, Minnow, and JR. Everyone's running Mark 18's suppress as the good Lord intended. All around ESAPy plates, so level 4 across the board. Bangs, frags, wall shot. Bangs, frags, AT4. Bangs, frags, wall shot. Bangs, frags, wall shot. Smoke, frags, AT4, and bang, smoke, AT4. So we've got some diversity here. Let's go ahead and work this assault. Remember, this is a hostage rescue, a new feature made available in the latest build that allows us to generate these custom missions. And so we got to be a little bit careful about how we employ these weapons. We don't want to accidentally kill the hostage. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan against the hostage as those in here. I think I'm going to work this angle external. I'm going to try to stay quiet and see if I can pie this off and clear as much of this compound from outside as possible. Meanwhile, posturing down here for an emergency assault. So it'll go Minnow, Spartan 1 Actual, and Neoterra Rex down here for the emergency assault element, and then my primary assault element, I'll go up top and work the combat clear. So let's go ahead and begin this plan, see how we do. Everyone's being told to be quiet for now. I've got a Mark 48. There's nothing quiet about that Mark 48. So we'll see how he does. I'm going to put the Mark 48 down here, I think, and pull long security. And then I'm going to get some standoff here. Yeah, like right there to pull security on this door. And then I'm going to set security here before moving up and launching across the red side of the building so I can pie this window off. Sure enough, 1 enemy combatant identified. We're going to hold, let this battle position get into position. We are compromised, so we got to go hard. And we've also been compromised right here. So that's a problem. We're going to need to sprint out of that way because we just exposed ourselves to this open window. That was just a oversight on my part, and we might end up taking a casualty as a result. That's a problem. All right, so we're hard compromised. I'm going to go ahead and double check that the hostage isn't in here by going along with a buddy. The buddy will end up pulling right there. Everyone is allowed to be loud now. And then down here, we got to prepare for an emergency assault. I'm thinking this door is going to open, so I'm going to posture right here, sprint to there. Yep, sure enough, we got one mover, two movers. You got to run, buddy. We do have two hostages in here, but we've got reasonably good security from Drummer, as long as he can take this dang shot. He did take the shot. We're going to pie off the rest of this corner. We're pushing long right here to this barricaded shooter. We're going to go ahead and frag this because it's an isolated room. I don't think there's a hostage in the bathroom. I could be wrong, but it is a barricaded shooter, and we're going to solve that barricaded shooter dilemma right now. One more shooter. We're going to maintain cover here and just work the L. We've got an open door somewhere. Open door's right here. We got good cover in the door from Spartan 1, fortunately. No more else is allowed to come in there. There's that L. It's working for us. All the hostages in this room are still alive. I'm going to go explosive right here, right now, to see if we can make entry into this structure. Now that we have the hostages under custody, at least visual custody, we'll hold this. We do have a veteran insurgent and a grunt insurgent pushing. Minnow's got the angle. Philly's going to hold what he's got. We're going to maintain this. And we'll go ahead and pie this off, see what the BDA looks like. We're still holding long, making sure no one squirts out the back edge. Another barricaded shooter here. This is an executioner moving for this hostage. We've got to move right now to save someone's life. Minnow's going to step into this fatal funnel to provide security for Philly. So this is a hostage rescue. It's a dangerous mission, right, guys? So we know that the life of our assaulters is less important, given the context of this mission, than the mission itself, which is rescuing the hostage. And so I'm going to ask Minnow to potentially sacrifice himself right now by taking this corner, putting his plate in front of this barricaded shooter, engaging him so that I can sprint past with Philly and attempt to get to this hostage before time is out. So here's to seeing how that goes. And notice we haven't made entry yet, so this has all been combat clearance so far. Minnow did provide that cover. There's also that might have been a suicide bomber, couldn't tell, suicide bomber, veteran insurgent. Executioner's about to open the door. We know as soon as we're here, we're going to have an angle, potentially. So that's where we're going to call it. There's the angle, and good Lord, look at this. We took out the executioner, but we are getting just jacked up. We have one hostage dead based off being caught in the crossfire, and we've taken one casualty. Holy cow. Oh, Jesus. All right. I'm going to continue to hold this angle, I think, and we're going to push long here. I can't even get through there because there's debris in the way. All right, we're going to come back around. Hurry up, boys. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my God. All right. We're going to get some standoff here. It's kind of a bummer. We've taken a casualty and we've lost a hostage. But it was an in extremis kind of move. And we did, I think, the right thing. You know, like the only option that I saw, at least given the circumstances. The other option here, as far as like method clearance, we could have gone dynamic from the beginning. But again, we only had 7 dudes. There's a huge number of enemy combatants. The likelihood of us getting all the way through this structure without being compromised and engaged or losing hostages in the process would be extremely low. Let's go ahead and detonate this charge and get inside. You'd never blow a wall breach knowing there's hostages inside, but this is door kickers, and I can see where the minimum safe distance is from this charge. So I can do that. This dude's stunned. We got one guy pushing us. He can now get inside. So now we have somebody in the structure. I can run right now safely because I'm controlling the only angle that would give an enemy access to this space. How you doing on ammo over here? 19 rounds, you're still doing okay. Let's go ahead and work this. Oh god, and we lost our rear security, so we've got to freaking come back over here. This is madness, guys. Absolute madness. Can only hold one angle for so long, I suppose. Oh, they traded. That's a freaking another huge bummer, though. All right, now if I slide up into this angle, that allows me to get one more dude inside. They can move into cross coverage and move one over here to this corner. There's an additional freaking hostage right here. Did you guys see that? And he's got one bad guy standing over the top of him. So that's a huge, huge bummer. And I don't have any smokes. Turn around, bro. Oh god. The Mark 48's shooting a machine gun into the structure past my friendlies and past a dang hostage. Alright, let's get back in the fight here. Let's go, Drummer. Drummer's in it. Moving into cross coverage. Yeah, we gotta push this. Is he reloading? He's reloading? Oh god, get the freak out of there. There's 3 more bad guys in here. How many bad guys could there possibly be? This is the sloppiest clearance ever. These missions are just absolute chaos. Alright, we're gonna pie off the rest of this. We know that we're about through the structure. Talk about things that you would never freaking even consider doing in real life. Madness. Absolute freaking madness. Okay, what do we got left here? Oh my gosh. This is all just meant to demonstrate this randomly generated mission. Turns out this mission is hard, bro. Freaking difficult. You need to hold what you got and pull long.
You're safe now.
We're over here messaging with hostages. Stop.
Alpha, go.
Alright, this dude is doing okay from external. We got good rear security, so we're kind of tightening the noose here. Only left dead space here and here and here, so we'll go ahead and start working our way in there. One additional combatant there, we know it. Pull long. It's all about covering those angles. It would have been very easily to be baited into this deep engagement with Drummer, but I knew he was going to be exposed on the wing right there, super tight. So we ended up pushing with Minnow, pulling long and getting the shot. Probably the only good CQB decision I've made so far in this demonstration. All right, now we're in a super tight spot, right? Because I don't want to shoot towards one another. And I got dudes here and I got dudes here. And I also have opposing threats here and here. This is an open door. I've already engaged one guy here, so we know it's all like super bad. We're gonna have to play it very carefully. Check this corner real quick. It is clear indeed, so we've got one little piece of dead space left, and allegedly a combatant inside of it. This is tough, guys. We always want to kind of try to breach from the door handle side if we can. The challenge, of course, here is that the door handle side puts us right up next to this piece of furniture. So I'm like in a tight spot, a tight corner. I'm going to be super exposed whenever I kick this door. So I know I'm going to need a buddy close. Look at that. Put a couple rounds in there. He went black on ammo, brought his pistol up, and his buddy saved him. Holy 1 star. That was extremely, extremely difficult. How many hostiles around here? 30 hostiles. So no wonder it was so difficult. Let's go ahead and watch this ridiculous replay while I share some thoughts with you guys. So the replay is going to be ridiculous. That was pretty fun, though. I think you guys are going to enjoy Door Kickers right now. It's a super, super fun game always. It's in a super good place right now. And if you enjoy the game, you can actually go grab it off my game store. It's nexus.gg/controlledpairsgaming. If you grab the game over there, it actually benefits the channel directly. I also want to share with you guys, obviously there's a lot going on in the world right now. I don't want to make any political statements or anything about what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. It's a super sensitive subject. Well, it's not that sensitive. It's horrifying and it's disgusting. And I'm certainly praying for and hoping for and, you know, wishing the best for the heroic defenders of Ukraine right now. But it's a hard time in the world. And I hope that you, wherever you are safe and your families are safe. And for, you know, those of you who are being affected by this, my thoughts and prayers and my hopes and everything, you know, I'm right there with you in spirit. And I wish you all the best as you guys suffer through what has to be just something so unfathomable. And I wish you all the best. And, you know, as someone who has served, my heart goes out to those who are fighting right now, on both sides, frankly. And I just wish the horrors of war would dissipate and peace would return to Europe. And, you know, if you guys are, you know, wondering how you might be able to get involved, there's a lot of organizations that are doing a lot of good right now. I'd encourage you guys to check out the Salvation Army and the Red Cross. There's also some organizations on Instagram, if you go over there and check out my account, that I share periodically, ways that you can get involved in helping supply the right people with the right supplies to go do the work required to be successful in that place in the world. And remember, we've got a lot going on Instagram and elsewhere on my secret YouTube channel, a lot of things coming up that I know you guys are going to enjoy. Make sure you're tuned into those things because I'm excited to share them with you guys. And as always, this is Controlled Pairs, playing the most immersive tactical shooters and combat sims in the world. I'll see you guys in the next one.